How well you managed to plan your storyboards, scripts, and how you managed actors, locations, and props.
Well, we created a full storyboard and we had sketches and stuff.
Yeah, the only problem we had with the actors was sometimes they wouldn't turn up on time, and sometimes we weren't able to actually get them all at the same time.
Yeah, our location would have been better if it had been filmed in a real office situation, but we didn't have much opportunity with time, so it wasn't possible.
No. The props we used were easy to get. We had a drama club and stuff like that, so we were able to get our ties and our suits and stuff from there. We wrote all our script on the first day when we thought about the idea when it came to us. So the script was relatively easy to make. Okay. Do you make any changes, or did you make any changes to your original plans? Why? How did you overcome any difficulties?
Originally our group had planned to do the disintegration of the face, but that didn't work out because of the software difficulties.
And the fact we didn't know how to.
Yeah.
Limited experience.
But we decided to try and sort of fix that by using a simpler technique with the fade in, fade out, so that worked out well.
Okay. Anything else? I don't think so.
No.
With the filming, what was successful in our filming? I would say the most successful aspect of it was the point of view shot that we did down the corridor, which we put an effect of distortion on it, which gives the effect that the character was very distressed and couldn't focus on anything. And I think that was probably the best shot that we could have done in the filming.
It helped portray the isolation of the character.
Another successful one was our opening shot that contained the opening credits and the main character walking to work. This shot was successful because of the undisturbed nature, and it helped portray the isolation again of the character, which continues throughout.
Did you use a variety of shots? What were you trying to achieve with certain shots, and why do you think your choice of shot mattered?
We did use a large variety of shots, because at the beginning we had a long take, which was a pan shot, which was really good because of the autumn surroundings. It made it very realistic looking. The point of view shot down the corridor was quite good. It allowed us to create the sense of the character was disorientated, so I thought that worked out quite well.
It helped the audience see through the character's eyes.
How well do you feel your framing shots, positioning subjects, and using camera techniques?
I think our group feels that the opening shot was probably the best frame due to the autumn setting, and we paid attention to the rhythm thirds.
That's really good for that. Yeah. How well do you feel your framing shots, positioning subjects, and using camera techniques?
Our group feels that the opening shot is probably the best frame due to the autumn setting, and in the opening dialogue we paid attention to the rhythm thirds.
We also had to retake the shot and first shot, as we realised the framing of the actual shot wasn't right, and we had to get the shoulder in each shot as well. What were our continuity successes and difficulties?
Well, props were a minor obstacle in this because we were able to obtain the props each time, the same ones each time, so that was quite easy. We also used the previous takes to look back on to check that the props were completely right.
And Mike got his haircut. One of our actors got his haircut in between filming, which meant that obviously it would look a lot different. So we had to use Roisin's techniques to flip up his hair and make it look as long and big as it did before. Did we observe the 180-degree rule?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. How did we manage lighting, sound, and mise en scène?
It was already brightly lit, and all we had to do was add a colour preset in order to create the desired effect.
The only problem we had with sound really was that during the opening dialogue there was an echo which we weren't able to get rid of, but we tried to add sound effects and that there to make that seem less less obvious.
Okay, how do we manage continuity using editing software?
We were able to remove any mistakes that we made during the filming using simple cuts. We managed it by editing sound effects running throughout the piece. It also allowed the end conversation to flow more easily and make it look like a full and easy conversation between the two characters.
Did we encounter any problems in the editing stages of our production?
I think the biggest problem we had was at the very end with
Trying to get that effect.
the effect on the face. We had a lot of difficulty at that. That's probably the most time was probably spent on that.
Near the very end.
Yeah.
Also kind of getting the feel of the entire movie together was probably one of the difficult things. The music that we chose at the very start of the filming and production was wrong. It just didn't work with anything, so we changed that to a more fitting scenery and music. What new process, techniques, effects have you learned using new software, and how has the use of software enhanced your production?
While using new software, we learned to add a preset onto our video, which enhanced our production as it allowed a desired atmosphere to be created. We were also able to use certain effects to portray the thoughts and feelings of the characters, such as during the point of view shot. This conveyed the main character's confusion and disorientation, which further enhanced our production.
In terms of techniques, we learned also how to focus one effect on the certain area, which is what we learned when we were trying to get the whole effect of the disintegration at the very end of the movie. But unfortunately it didn't work, but we still learned a new technique there. What successes and difficulties have you experienced during editing?
We experienced many different difficulties. For example, during editing the sound effects so that they synchronized with the actions on screen was a bit of a problem, but fortunately we managed to sort it out. Another difficulty, as we've said, was creating the disintegration effect on the character's face, but fortunately we found a more simplistic way of sorting that out by using a simple fade out.
And finally, what are the key lessons you have learned that will ensure success in your main piece?
Basically we learned that preparation is everything, including you have to have your props ready and other actors ready at the same time, have them ready to go straight away, because otherwise you would run out of time.
Yep.
Last
thing is we learned a lot about sound and sound effects. We use that to basically make our video feel a lot more real in terms of like opening doors. We had a phone ring in the background to give it the office feel, and footsteps and whistling and stuff like that, which hopefully gave the video a realistic feel.